General quarters, all hands man your battle stations, all hands man your battle stations.
How do we do this without using auto-targeting? First, let's see the difficulties of attacking two targets in the same round. Calculating the necessary parameters to perform a successful attack takes time. We need speed, true course or angle on bow, and position, that is distance and bearing. Once we enter this information in the TDC and launch the torpedoes to the first target, there is no time to recalculate all the parameters for the second target before the first torpedoes hit and the enemy ships start evasive maneuvers. We must use a shortcut to calculate the parameters for the second target. Here is how. Suppose we meet a group of merchants unaware of enemy presence, like the ones in this convoy. We can assume that most of the time they share the same true course and speed. So we choose our two targets, which should be next to each other to make things easier, and start calculating the parameters we need for the first target. Once we've got the speed and true course of this target, we know it is the same for the whole group. Later, after we have launched the torpedoes to the first target, we only have to calculate distance and bearing for the second target, and then we are ready to launch another salvo of torpedoes. There is another important aspect to consider when doing a double target attack, and that is the timing of the impacts. The torpedoes to both targets should reach their destination within a short interval of time, and that is because as soon as the first torpedo hits, or maybe earlier if it is spotted, all the merchants in the group will start evasive maneuvers, so the second target could avoid the torpedoes if they are still too far away. To get a good timing with the torpedoes, we can do the following. If both targets are in the same lane, like these two, and we have both slow and fast torpedoes, we position the submarine so that it will be between 17 to 2000 yards from the ships when they are at the closest range. Wait until the first target is at a bearing of 10 degrees, and then fire the first salvo of slow torpedoes. Then change to the second target, get distance and bearing, and send the second salvo of fast torpedoes. Here we compensate time between the salvos with the speed of the torpedoes. If the targets are in different lanes, but still next to each other, like these, we set all torpedoes at the same speed. Position the submarine so that it will be between 17 to 2000 yards from the furthest ship when it is at the closest range. Then send the first salvo when the impact point is also at the closest range according to the attack map. Then change to the second target, get distance and bearing, and send the second salvo of torpedoes. Here we compensate time between the salvos with the distance of the targets. Let's see an example.
Fire in tube 6. Fire in tube 5. Torpedo in the water. Fire in tube 4. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Fire in tube 3. Fire in tube 2. Fire in tube 1. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo impact. Torpedo impact. Torpedo impact. Torpedo impact. Torpedo impact.